Let it rip. Starting from the bottom, we have demonstrated the respiratory system, the first subsystem of speech, using this filled balloon and tube. As you move along, we pass up through the trachea, which includes rings made of cartilage, and meet the cricoid cartilage. From this angle, we can see where the arytenoids sit atop the cricoid. The pink balloon resembles the true and false vocal folds, where phonation, the second subsystem of speech, occurs. Once the air has passed through the vocal folds, we enter the supraglottic region where resonance occurs, the third subsystem of speech. This is where we find the thyroid cartilage and epiglottis. The air then travels onto the oral cavity. Notice how the arytenoids can move medially and laterally, which then affects the position of the vocal folds, and the thyroid can tilt because of the cricothyroid joint.
The filled balloon forces air up the trachea and through the cricoid, forcing the pink balloon to open and phonate when the sides of the balloon vibrate against each other. This air then travels up through the rest of the larynx and would eventually reach the oral cavity in a human model.
This function is made possible by the Bernoulli effect, seeing as how the air pressure must build behind the vocal folds, here the pink balloon, in order to force them apart when the pressure gets high enough. As the vocal folds are blown apart, the air speeds up. When the air travels through at a higher speed, the pressure between the folds, or the glottis, drops, and bringing the folds back together.
Other groups should design a functioning larynx using a strong air source.
Groups should also be mindful of the size of their structures, as this can impact the amount of air needed for phonation.
The vocal fold material should be light but substantial enough to make a sound when vibrating together, like our balloon did.